Namassarvebhyah. So we'll start our session on Subhāṣitam. This is the fifth video in the series. This session is the continuation of our Subhāṣitam series brought to you by Devabhāṣā Sanskrit Society. Unlike our other sessions, this time we have not collaborated with any other society or house. So moving on to the next slide. Yes, thank you. So before we begin, we'll start with a small prayer. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. Salutations to Devi Saraswati, who is the giver of boons and fulfiller of wishes. O Devi, when I begin my studies, please bestow on me the capacity of right understanding always. So I would like to thank the Secretary of the Sanskrit Society, Madhuri, and the Deputy Secretary, Sachit, for giving me this opportunity to host this session. Moving on to the next slide. So what exactly are Subhashitas? We have seen this definition several times now, but we'll see them once again. Subhashita are Sanskrit's answer to haiku, as my dear friend Aruvi puts it. Basically, a poetic literary format consisting of concise 2 or 4 verses, then impart a lesson, truth, fact, or a riddle. Subhashitam is in Napumsak literally Subhashitam, well spoken. It means Niti Vakya, Sukti, or Samupayukta Kathana, according to Apte Sanskrit Hindi Dictionary. At this juncture, I would also like to thank my dear friend Ritik, who is not present here in the meet, but for preparing this PPT. He has made this format, and since the first PPT itself, he has been making these PPTs, wonderful PPTs. So we'll move on to the next slide. So before we start, we'll also see a few grammatical structures, though we'll not see too many vibhaktis and all like we do in usually. Subhashitam literally means one verse, one subhashitam, one subhashita. Subhashite means two subhashitas. Subhashitani means multiple subhashitas. Two, more than two actually. Two is subhashite and more than two is subhashitani. We'll move on to the next slide. Yeah, thank you. Now we'll move to the actual verses. So would someone like to pronounce these, recite these?
Yeah, I would
Any volunteers?
recite.
Yes, Ananya.
त्यजेदेकं कुलस्यार्धे ग्रामस्यार्धे कुलं त्यजेत् ग्रामं जनपदस्यार्धे आत्मार्धे पृथिवीं त्यजेत्.
Perfect. That was Bahu Samyak. Now, anyone else who would like to recite it? Okay, no one. Anyone who would like to read the meaning?
Okay, I will go ahead.
Sure.
One should abandon a person who brings bad name to the family. For the sake of the entire village, one's family can be abandoned. A village which causes disrespect to the country can be abandoned. One should abandon the place he is living if it brings troubles to oneself.
Yes. Now I'll recite it. त्यजेदेकं कुलस्यार्थे ग्रामस्यार्थे कुलं त्यजेत् ग्रामं जनपदस्यार्थे आत्मार्थे पृथ्वीं त्यजेत्. What it means is that if the interests of one person and your kula, your lineage collide, your family collide, then you should choose the family over that one individual. If the interests of the whole village, whole community, and your lineage collide, then you should give precedence to that village, to that broader community. If the interests of your community, your village, your area collides with the entire country, your Janapada, then you should make sure that you give of the Janapada. For your own conscience or consciousness, your own internal morality, anything, give up the world. So this is the like the, one can interpret it in many ways, but this is what was taught to me in Hindi as well. Like when we used to study Sanskrit back in class 6th, I remember this very verse. Anyone else who would like to recite? Like even if you make mistakes, it's not a problem. I made 2 mistakes too. If in case anyone noticed. Sakshi, would you like to try?
Um,
Yes, Madhuri, you can go
yeah,
ahead.
can I try? Yeah.
Yeah.
त्यजेदेकं कुलस्यार्थे ग्रामस्यार्थे कुलं त्यजेत् ग्रामं जनपदस्यार्थे आत्मार्थे पृथिवीं त्यजेत्.
Yes. Who would like to go next? Asmit,
Yeah,
would you like? Yeah, Sakshi and then Asmit.
yeah, sure. त्यजेदेकं कुलस्यार्थे ग्रामस्यार्थे कुलं त्यजेत् ग्रामं जनपदस्यार्थे आत्मार्थे पृथिवीं त्यजेत्.
Correct. This is 100% correct. So, Asmit, would you like to try?
ओके त्यजेदेकं कुलस्यार्थे ग्रामस्यार्थे कुलं त्यजेत् ग्रामं जनपदस्यार्थे आत्मार्थे पृथ्वीं त्यजेत्.
Right. This was right. So, we can move on to the next verse now. Who would like to read this?
Can I?
Yes, obviously.
उत्तमामानमिच्छन्ति धनमानौ हि मध्यमाः अधमाधनमिच्छन्ति मानो हि महतां धनम्.
Very beautiful. Like, this was the best out of all the recitations we have done today, but many more to go. उत्तमामानमिच्छन्ति धनमानो हि मध्यमाः अधमाधनम् इच्छन्ति मानो हि महतान् धनम्. Men can be classified into 3 categories: Uttama or the best, Madhyama or the mediocre, and Adhama or the least. Best of the men seek honor, mediocre seek wealth as well as honor. Those in the bottom seek only wealth. Honor is wealth to the great men. So, anyone would like to recite next? Yes, Asmit.
उत्तममानम् इच्छन्ति धनमानो हि मध्यमः अधमा धनम् इच्छन्ति मानो हि महतां धनम्.
Yes. So, others, anyone would like to recite? No one?
I'll go ahead.
Sure.
उत्तमामानमिच्छन्ति धनमानौ हि मध्यमाः अधमाः धनमिच्छन्ति मानो हि महतां धनम्.
Okay, that was nice. Both Asmit and Madhuri. Who next? Vidhatri, would you like to recite today?
Yeah. तमामानमिच्छन्ति धनमाः अधमाधनमिच्छन्ति मनो हि महतां
That was nice. Uh, so I think Ayushman has joined us. Is he here in the meet? Hi, Ayushman.
Mohan Singh.
Yeah. I think there is some problem with your internet because I could hear two voices.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was well. It was not, there was no fault here. So we can move on to the next slide. So who would like to recite this one? Yeah, Smith.
क्रोधो वैवस्तो राजा तृष्णा वैतरणी नदी विद्या काम दुःखाधेनुः संतोषो नंदनम वनम.
Yes, that is correct. क्रोधो वैवस्वतो राजा तृष्णा वैतरणी नदी विद्या काम दुघाधेनु संतोषो nandanam vanam. Anger is like the king of death. Greed is like turbulent river of hell. Knowledge is an all-fulfilling cow, and contentment is the heaven's paradise. So, Man, would you like to try? Like, no problem if you make mistakes. Okay, no problem. So, anyone else would like to recite this one?
Am I audible now? Clearly?
Yes, you're audible now. Clear.
क्रोधो वैवस्वतो राजा तृष्णा वैतरणी नदी विद्या कामदुघाधेनुः सन्तोषो नन्दनं वनम्.
This was correct. One point that I would like to emphasize here is the word Trishna or Trushna. Both are correct. Like Rikara or Rukara, whichever you pronounce, both are correct. At least in Laukika Sanskrita. Especially people from south of Narmada like to pronounce it Rukara instead of Rikara. Right.
Mhm.
Yes. So that is 100% valid.
Okay.
Especially you might have seen our Prime Minister Adarne Shri Narendra Modi ji pronouncing Amrut Mahotsava.
Yeah.
So you can relate to that.
Mm.
So we'll kind of move to the next one now. Yeah, this one is something that we have done before as well. So I would like to go in first. परोक्षे कार्यहन्तारं प्रत्यक्षे प्रयवादिनं वर्जयेत्तादृशं मित्रं विषकुम्भं पयोमुखम्. A person, though a friend, who causes damage to the business from behind, but speaks sweet words on the face, should be shunned. That person is compared to a vessel of poison covered with milk on the top. Vishakumbham payomukham. So we should always be away from such individuals who talk sweet but don't act sweet. So who would like to recite this?
Oh, can I?
Yes.
परोक्षे कार्यहन्तारं प्रत्यक्षे प्रियवादिनं वर्जयेत्तादृशं मित्रं विषकुम्भं पयोमुखम्.
Very nice. So also guys, you can react when someone sings beautifully or someone makes a good effort. That would certainly encourage the person. So this was really beautiful. Even though people did not initially react, you can see their reactions now. Yes, man. I think he raised his hand by mistake. It's not a big deal. So, Arubhi, would you like to recite this one?
Oh, okay. Um, Actually,
Yeah.
can I follow you?
Yeah, sure. That is good actually.
Okay.
परोक्षे कार्य.
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है. You say, I'll say after you.
Yeah. Like two words at a time, that works.
Yes, yes.
परोक्षे कार्य
परोक्षे कार्य
हन्तारं प्रत्यक्षे
हन्तारं प्रत्यक्षे
प्रियवादिनं.
प्रियवादिनं
परोक्षे कार्य हन्तारं
परोक्षे कार्ये हन्तारं
प्रत्यक्षे प्रियवादिनं.
प्रत्यक्षे प्रियवादिनं
परोक्षे कार्य हन्तारं प्रत्यक्षे प्रियवादिनं.
परोक्षे कार्ये हन्तारं प्रत्यक्षे प्रियवादिनं ठीक.
वर्जयेत्
वर्जये
तादृशं.
तादृशं
वर्जयेत् तादृशं
वर्जयेत् तादृशं
मित्रं.
मित्रं
वर्जयेत् तादृशं मित्रं.
वर्जयेत् तादृशं मित्रं
विषकुम्भं
विषकुम्भं
पयोमुखं.
पयोमुखं
विषकुम्भं पयोमुखं.
विषकुम्भं पयोमुखं. Thank you, thank you.
वर्जयेत् तादृशं मित्रं विषकुम्भं पयोमुखं. It's not over yet.
वर्जयेत् ठीक है. But still I was feeling so thankful कि at least एक बार I was able to do. वर्जयेत् तादृशं मित्रं विषकुम्भं पयोमुखं.
Nice, very nice. So, would you like to do the both of the lines once after I recite it?
Yes, yes, you recite once for I'll follow you.
Yeah. परोक्षे कार्यहन्तारं प्रत्यक्षे प्रियवादिनं वर्जयेत् तादृशं मित्रं विषकुम्भं पयोमुखम्.
Okay. परोक्षे कार्ये हन्तारं प्रत्यक्षे प्रियवादिनं वर्जयेत् तादृशं मित्रं विषकुम्भं पयोमुखम्.
Yeah, this was perfect. Like,
With your guidance. Thank you.
yeah, but I see that you sing beautifully. We'll know that later as well. We have that verse.
Thank you.
Yeah. Actually, thank you for joining uh, every Subhāṣitam session almost.
I'll always join. I'll always
Yeah.
join. And sorry, Ananya, I am really sorry. And Vidhatri, I could not react before when you did the recitations. I'm actually kind of cleaning my terrace at the same time, so my hands were all wet. So sorry.
That's fine, fine.
Ayo, it's fine. No need to be sorry for that.
Yeah. So now who would like to recite next? Asmit maybe?
परोक्षे कार्यहन्तारं प्रत्यक्षे प्रियवादिनं वर्जयेत् तादृशं मित्रं विषकुम्भं पयोमुखम्.
Yeah, that was a very straight and simple. Also, for others too, you need not follow this singing kind of recitation. You can say it very plainly and it would still be nice. So we'll move to the next one now. Okay. This one is from the very same thing. We have a Kshama Prarthana at the end. So this is the kind of the next verse from the previous one what we used to do. So Arubi, would you like to recite this one?
Just a sec.
Sure.
मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सुरेश्वरी यत्पूजितं मया देवी परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे.
Yes. Lack of incantations, rituals, or devotion, O goddess, the one who rules over all the devas, whatever my mortal self has done, please consider it complete and grant me your blessings. So, this was the last verse for the day, but we have something more planned for you. So, we can move to the next slide. Shubha Dinam Tubhyam, although we'll not complete it. We can stop the recording for now, though.